Alright, I'm taking you on a walk with me again, and I'm just further exploring this heaviness. So if you're just wanting a status update, then this is probably not the post for you. If you feel inspired or moved in any way to hear me explore this, then I totally welcome you to. So this is the heaviness around just Tim's cancer and my role as caregiver, and I'm on Pike Lake, this little trail right around Pike Lake in southeast Wisconsin, which is really beautiful. So welcome and happy fall. So the heaviness that I'm feeling as Tim is in the hospital and starting a new chemo, which is kind of the last ditch effort to try to rein in the growth of his cancer. And it has very promising results, so we're hopeful for that. He's also dealing with pneumonia, which is hard. He sounds horrid. He's also running a low-grade temperature right now. Well, it's actually climbing a little bit. I think it peaked 100 today, so they're just keeping close tabs on that. The heaviness feels like just a ton of bricks on me. In the morning when it's time to get up, I'm just like, I don't want to get out of bed. Some of that is that I'm kind of up with the girls at night and trying to get myself to bed earlier, and have not always been very disciplined around that. I think I relish in a bit of quiet time in the evening after everyone's down, and if everyone's down later, then I'm down later. But the heaviness doesn't feel like the heaviness of just like not getting enough sleep. It's a different kind of heaviness. And it's not the heaviness of anticipatory grief, anticipating what's to come. I think it's just really holding what Tim is going through and feeling that in all parts of me. Because when you're with someone for a long time, they really become a part of you and you're a part of them. And I can feel myself just feeling the weight and the magnitude of what his body is going through, and it's heavy. It's heavy inside of me. And when he heads into the hospital for one of these intensive rounds of chemo and monitoring and people coming in all hours of the day and night, and he's basically a lab specimen, and he's got all kinds of bags hanging up and dripping things into his body and people poking him and prodding him and researching things on him, I can just feel it. I feel like my body, gratefully, I'm not the one having to go through that, and I'm thankful for that, but I feel the heaviness. Hi. I can also feel what both of my girls are going through. I feel the weight that they're carrying. I feel their kind of developmentally where they're at, and when they're leaning in and when they're pulling away. I can feel they're going through it in the best way that they can, and there are times where I feel like I might know a better way, but in truth, they're doing it the best way that they can. And I, as a mother, really strive to just honor their own process in dealing with their experience of grief, their experience of watching their dad go through what he's going through, their experience of not knowing what the outcome is, and their feelings around the potential absence of him in their lives. And I know there's loads of books out there, and there's loads of things that I could be reading and researching, but I feel like I'm just studying myself to understand this, studying my own personal experience going through this. And so the heaviness feels like it's a lot of different things together. I think some of it's also my own personal expectations around like how I want to show up, how I feel like I should be showing up, and the contrast between that and how I am actually showing up. Sometimes I feel like I'm showing up better than I thought I might be, and other times I'm showing up not as well as I would like to be. I think with Tim, I feel good about that part. With my girls, I feel like I'd like to be showing up differently. I'd like for a fun mommy to come out more, a more playful mom, a more relaxed mom. And I am willing to forgive myself for that. I feel extremely grateful for other moms and parents and people who have shown up for my girls in our time of need, who have kind of shown up as surrogate parents or caregivers or just friends and companions for them, who could be more present to them in ways that I have a hard time being present for right now. But there is a heaviness around that, just wishing that it were different. And I think that's probably a universal experience no matter what's going on in our lives. I think there's like times where we wish and want to be in a different place than we actually are. So I think just being present to the heaviness helps me kind of understand a little bit more where my own expectations are a little different from where I actually am, so that I can kind of reconcile the two or just let it go. Say it is what it is, and I am who I am, and I am showing up in the best way that I can, and that's just fine. I think I'd like to show up as more fun mom, and just because I think I would have more fun and I would enjoy life more. And so, but then that's hard. It's hard to do that when I'm feeling the heaviness of what Tim is going through, and I'm feeling, to some degree, like I'm sharing in that burden. And that feels like love. It feels like love to like share and carry that burden with him, and really to partner with him through this. I think if for me, I were going through what he's going through, and I saw him just like happy-go-lucky all the time and just feeling bubbly and bright, and that might be hard for me to like be having that heavy, like that hard experience in my own body, and to see my partner like in a totally different place. I'm not sure, but that's just what feels real for me, and true. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about that. So if you are here still. Thanks for listening still, and thank you for always thank you for being here. You help lift my burden just by listening and by your comments. I really feel you out there in a way I wouldn't have known would be possible, by sharing this way. I feel it. I feel like your listening feels like a hug in return. It feels like sitting with someone, drinking a warm cup of tea, just like opening our hearts together. So, yeah. If you're going through a time of hardship yourself, I just extend my love to you and well wishes that you can move through it and be deepened by it and find a way to cherish it for what it is and how it's deepening you and growing you. And I think ultimately these experiences expand our capacity to love. Yeah. All right. Thank you for being here. Bye.